Welcome, Amakhosi Network. Welcome to the channel, guys. This week there isn't much Amakhosi news. There's more news about Bafana Bafana, how the players are acclimatizing, the fact that Pule Modi is in Bafana Bafana, and all of those things. And the question a lot of people are asking is, do Chiefs players deserve to be in Bafana Bafana? And I will say this: no, currently, no. Chiefs players do not deserve to be in Bafana Bafana. And there are many factors we can add to that. Maybe the one person who is a bit unfortunate is maybe Ashley Dupree for not being called up to Bafana. I think it would have made sense instead of Modi to bring Dupree because Modi hasn't been performing that well. But we all know Hugo Bros once called up Dupree, and Dupree basically missed the tap in. And ever since that day, Hugo Bros said there were certain players he will never call up to Bafana Bafana. And since we've never seen Dupree in Bafana Bafana, it means that Dupree was one of the players. But yeah, guys, now the question is this: why are Chiefs players not good enough to enter Bafana Bafana currently, based on how we are playing? And the answer is simple: because we just run. We just run. The players are lacking or are not showing technique, mental fortitude to think about what to do with the ball, etc. Their strategy is to just kick the ball and run. Now, when you get to Bafana Bafana, that is going to have mostly like Sundowns players who think, who do it. They're not going to want to be dealing with someone who doesn't think and just wants to run. You must be able to join play with the ball, do a one touch move, etc. etc. So that is the issue of having a team that just kicks the ball, because then you don't know, are they creating the goal properly, or is it just because they are faster than a lot of teams, so they end up catching a lot of teams sleeping, and that's how they get their goal? So there's a lot of questions with that. But yeah, guys, look, what do we expect of Bafana Bafana? There's a lot of injuries for the Bafana team. So it's a question of, will they really like connect? Because we all saw that Arthur Zwane, not Arthur Zwane, I always make that mistake. Temba Zwane, we see that he has become almost like the glue of Bafana Bafana. So until we find a player that can play the role Temba Zwane plays in Bafana Bafana, then it's a difficult one to replace with Temba Zwane. Like Temba Zwane is such a important part. A lot of people have been saying that Uneo Maema is probably the player who's one of the players who's the closest to being a Temba Zwane, but Hugo Bros doesn't trust Uneo Maema. Some other people are saying, oh, Uma Sangwai, I forgot how to pronounce the guy's name. The Pirates player who's been doing well. A lot of people are saying he's basically a player who's similar to that. But you know what? As Chiefs supporters, we don't care. Like, we support Bafana Bafana, but we want Chiefs to do well and then Bafana to do well. It's one of those things. We're tired of supporting Pirates and Santan supporters and players in Bafana. But yeah, guys, an interesting one is Sirero. Not Sirero. Well, Sirero is an interesting one, but yeah, Sirero wants about 1.7 million a month, and I don't think Chiefs has that kind of money. The only team that has that kind of money is Sundowns, but paying a player that is 33, 1.7 million, it doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. So I don't really want to count on us getting Sirero. But the player I wanted to actually bring up is Sirino. Sirino, you sign him. Let's say this. Let's say this. What if Chiefs managed to get Sirino from Sundowns and managed to get Tulani Serrero? I'm just saying, if these things were possible, imagine Chiefs were able to get Sirino, Tulani Serrero, and Mthethwa to push for the next 2 years in Kaizer Chiefs. Imagine that. Like, you know, it would work. It would work. It would work, guys. Because when you have Tulani Serrero, Tulani has been playing in the past few years as a defensive midfielder. He's not the best defensively, but he's the best creatively. So he's like a center mid of sort. And we tend to play him like a number 10 or whatever the case may be. And then we have Sirino, plays left and right, etc. And then Mthethwa as well. So it would be an interesting setup if we had those players. But yeah, Sundowns basically won't sell. Because if anyone watched that Pito Musimani interview when they asked him about Sirino, he basically said he came with Al Ahly and asked for Sirino, and Sundowns never gave them a price. Sundowns didn't give Al Ahly a price. They didn't want to sell Sirino, and everyone knew that Sirino wanted to play for Pito Musimani and Al Ahly. But he said when he got to when Al Ahly sent their representatives to chat with Sundowns, Sundowns didn't give them a price. So he was like, so how can you buy a player who does not have a price? So he's like, he knows Sirino is disgruntled and he like chances are Sundowns don't want him. But what is the use of going to a team and asking for a player who a team won't even give you a price for? So what's the use? Like it's useless. So it's things like that. So those things are interesting because the transfer window is closing now in September, and a lot of us Chiefs fans feel we are missing something. Like management probably is happy because they are seeing 2 wins and a draw against Sundown, so they feel like we're on the right track. Yeah, but now we're playing good football, and then we're like, hey, Gonje, the Kaizer Mutaung kids, they don't really analyze football the way football is meant to be analyzed. So a lot of us were saying Cheese needs to go back before the transfer window ends and go and chat to Stellenbosch about Mthethwa. Put the money on the table and say 8 million rand, whatever, Mthethwa. And then like we'll see from there what happens, you know? They'll reject whatever, but like, and a lot of rumors are saying that Chiefs did go to Stellenbosch and offered them about 6 million or something like that. And at some point we're even trying to pay more from Teta. Well, these are rumors that are going out, but apparently Stellenbosch just weren't willing to let go of Umtet. So it's a thing of they prefer to have Umtetwa there, etc., etc. So, but I will say this: every player has a price. Mendieta has a price. Mthethwa has a price. So it's a question of how much does Chiefs really want Mthethwa? That is, at the end of the day, that is it. So yeah, we still need to refresh our squad. But yeah, guys, tomorrow what I'm going to do is I am going to analyze the Sundowns game, show you some images of the game, show you some where we could have better used our possession, etc. I won't go into Gonzalez too much because Gonzalez is still new. But yeah, I'll analyze the game a bit more and try give you some feedback. Well, let me say this week. I don't want to give a definite of tomorrow. But yeah, guys, tell me what you guys think. Are you happy with the number of players we have in Chiefs? Do you think we deserve more? And this is what I will say for the Bafana Bafana case. I feel like it's a blessing in disguise. When I say a blessing in disguise, I'm like, for me, I would prefer it that the players aren't getting selected. And now, over the FIFA break, I hope they are training. I hope they are figuring out patterns. I hope they are practicing set pieces. I hope they are like figuring out how to play different combinations of a midfield in the middle, etc., etc. And I hope they are talking to Mfundo Villagas and giving that boy a contract because we can't lose him. And then, yeah, guys, I hope they are doing drills now, like proper training session drills to build up the midfield because the midfield is the biggest problem. So tell me what you guys think. Tell me, are you happy? Are you sad with Chiefs? Yeah, this video won't be too long, but yeah, we'll keep finding information for you on Kaizer Chiefs. We'll keep digging. We'll keep seeing what interesting topics are out there. So the current one is basically more Sirino is available. Will Chiefs be willing to buy him? Mthethwa, will Chiefs be willing to go back and chat to Stellenbosch? You know, those are the kind of things that we have. And it's sad that now even Human is not playing at Amazulu. So we missed out on a Human. So, hey, You know what? Sometimes we're not a lucky fan base because our management does not act on time. But yeah, I'm a Kosi for life. Subscribe, subscribe.